Hello friends. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to explain episode 1 of the new Thailand BL series Flower Boy. Before we start, please support this channel by liking this video and subscribing so you don't miss the next episode explanation. Now, let's get started. The story begins in a valley in northern Thailand, where there is a village located in the middle of pure nature, cut off from the outside world. A special tribe called mooden lives in that place. That day, the mooden tribe was seen performing a coronation for a sweet man named Gaysorn. Gaysorn is the heir of the mooden tribe. He is now 20 years old, and his body will emit a fragrance. Even more fragrant than all the flowers in this world. The mooden tribe rejoices and begins scattering flowers. One of the elders explains that beautiful flowers also bring danger. Greedy people will try to take advantage of Gaysorn's body fragrance. Gaysorn must be careful. He must never trust outsiders. Meanwhile, far away in a big city, a press conference attended by many guests is taking place. Mr. Witaya Sukantawanich, the chairman of the Sukantawanich company, and a fragrance product executive named Kusuma are invited onto the stage. Mr. Witaya begins explaining that their brand, Kusuma, is a high-end perfume brand currently expanding into the global market. Their selling point is perfume whose scent is extracted from authentic natural products. Despite the fact that in recent years their company has faced difficulties such as declining revenue, he still believes that this year Kusuma will become great again under the supervision of the new executive generation. Mr. Witaya introduces Fumarak Sukantawanich as the new vice president of Kusuma. Fumarak, also known as Scent, begins introducing himself. Everyone knows that his father, Mr. Anorak Sukantawanich, is the former chairman of the company. He focused on research and developing new fragrances. After facing several health problems, the Kusuma brand went into a pause. As his son, Scent will step in and continue his work. Kusuma will launch a new product. They will introduce a new scent that will become the only fragrance in the world. Right now, they are still developing that new scent. And a major press conference will be held once they are ready. After it ends, Scent says they are lucky the event wasn't held outdoors. Because they might have been struck by lightning for lying. Mr. Witaya replies that they must create excitement. Scent then asks about the new fragrance Mr. Witaya mentioned earlier. Mr. Witaya tells him to stay calm. After all, it is his first day back. He thinks Scent should go home and rest. And also take care of his father. At Scent's residence, Scent, seeing his father lying silently, can only thank Mr. Witaya. Mr. Witaya says that Scent's father is his older brother, how could he abandon him? Scent sits beside his father. He says that he has returned and graduated. Now he is here with him. Mr. Witaya asks if Scent knows why his father is like this. Scent only knows that his father had a stroke due to stress. But Mr. Witaya explains that it was not caused by work stress. There is another reason. 20 years ago, they launched a perfume called Busaba. And it brought great reputation to their company. Scent remembers that, but he asks why they suddenly stopped producing it. Mr. Witaya answers that they can no longer recreate the scent. They ran out of the source needed to produce it. Scent's father tried to find an alternative source but failed. Until he became so stressed that it caused a stroke for 5 years. Scent asks where the scent originally came from. Mr. Witaya begins telling him about the mooden tribe. People from the mooden tribe can emit fragrance from their bodies. In the past, they had one person from the tribe. And the company extracted that person's body scent to create the Busaba perfume. Whether Scent believes it or not, he can make his father's dream come true. Or even cure him. Scent asks where the mooden people live. Mr. Witaya says they live deep in the forest, high in the mountains. Sometimes, they send some of their people to the city to sell products. The mooden tribe never reveals their residence to anyone. Hearing this, Sent immediately leaves. He calls Sun and tells him that he is in Chiang Mai. Sun asks what he is doing. Sent tells him not to ask too many questions, he just wants Sun to find him a navigator to the mooden area. Sent begins exploring the forest. He is guided by someone he paid. He walks very far. Meanwhile, by the river, Gaysorn is looking at a portrait of his mother in a locket he wears. Back to Sent, he waits for the guide he hired, who is trying to find the path to the mooden tribe. However, he is warned that the journey is dangerous. Even so, they are determined to continue. Sent continues his journey. Tawan comes to meet Gaysorn, who is sitting pensively by the river. Tawan asks what he is doing. Gaysorn replies that he is just sitting and thinking about some things. Gaysorn begins asking about the outside world, because he has never seen it at all. Tawan explains that the world down there is too busy, too crowded, and not as comfortable as their home. Gaysorn wants Tawan to take him there someday. Tawan immediately refuses. Gaysorn cannot go. Mata would not allow it, and neither would he. Gaysorn asks if Tawan just expects him to stay in the mountains for the rest of his life. Tawan explains that Gaysorn is very special. He is the heir to their tribe's leader. What would they do if Gaysorn got hurt? Knowing that rain is coming, they must return. Gaysorn tells Tawan to go ahead first. He will visit his mother's house. Meanwhile, the man hired by Sent admits he has never seen the mooden tribe. His father often told stories about them. Since they cannot find the tribe's location, Sent begins questioning him. But due to the sudden bad weather, the guide suggests they go back immediately. Sent refuses. He even gets angry. Suddenly, the man runs away, leaving Sent alone in the forest. Rain falls. Sent runs to find shelter. But he suddenly falls, rolls, and loses consciousness. The next day, Sent wakes up. His abdomen hurting. He begins walking along the path. He sees butterflies flying and landing on someone's hand. Sent is mesmerized by Gaysorn, surrounded by butterflies. Realizing there is a stranger, Gaysorn is startled. Sent grabs Gaysorn's hand. They accidentally fall together. Sent begins to smell a fragrant scent. Then suddenly faints in Gaysorn's arms. That night, Gaysorn brings Sent home. He begins checking his condition. Gaysorn releases fragrance from his body. Sent regains consciousness. Before that, Gaysorn locks the door. Sent says he smells a fragrance. Gaysorn gives him a pillow. Sent asks about the fragrance he smelled. Gaysorn claims it comes from wild flowers. Sent, who knows many scents, asks further. But not wanting to make Gaysorn suspicious, he changes the topic. When Sent tries to get up, he realizes the left side of his body hurts. He keeps asking where they are. Gaysorn answers that they are at his mother's house. He saw Sent lying unconscious. Sent explains that he fell from the mountain. Gaysorn tells him to stay still. Meanwhile, he will get clothes for him. Gaysorn returns quietly. He begins treating Sent. Seeing Sent struggle to remove his clothes, he helps him. As their bodies get close, Sent smells the fragrance again, coming from Gaysorn's body. Gaysorn tries to find another excuse, but Sent focuses on Gaysorn's hands. Sent feels pain again. Gaysorn quickly treats his wounds. Gaysorn asks where Sent is from. Sent says he is from the city. He followed a hunter into the forest to find someone. Sent asks if Gaysorn knows about the mooden tribe. Gaysorn is surprised and says no. As Sent explains that mooden people can emit fragrance from their bodies, Gaysorn insists that nothing like that exists. It is just a myth. Gaysorn tells Sent to rest. Once he recovers, he will take him to the edge of the forest. That night, Sun meets Mr. Wutaya. He has spoken with the police. They found the hunter who brought Sent into the forest, but they lost track of him after heavy rain. Still, Mr. Wutaya should not worry. Sun will fly there tomorrow morning to search for him. Mr. Wutaya feels relieved, because Sun is Sent's close friend. The next day, Tawan is seen shouting, looking for Gaysorn. Mata, seeing this, says Gaysorn usually goes into the forest to find food. Tawan asks whether he went to the forest, or to the city. Because Gaysorn once said he wanted to go there. Mata panics upon hearing that. Tawan must find him immediately. Gaysorn must not leave. Tawan goes to search for him. Sent wakes up from his sleep. He checks the time on his phone. He looks at the scenery outside, and is mesmerized by Gaysorn. Sent says the air there is still very pure. He can smell flowers, grass, even dew. Gaysorn replies that Sent's nose works very well. When Sent almost reveals his identity, he instead introduces himself properly, and thanks Gaysorn for saving his life. Sent asks for Gaysorn's name. To him, it sounds like a woman's name. Gaysorn says that a flower is still a flower. It has no gender. Sent agrees. Gaysorn releases his fragrance again. Sent, being sensitive, smells it again. It smells incredibly good. He has never smelled anything like it before. Sent asks if it really doesn't come from Gaysorn's body. Instead, Gaysorn invites him to eat. He has already prepared food. Sent remembers his uncle's words, and begins eating the food. Seeing how sharp Sent's sense of smell is, Gaysorn jokingly asks if he is sure he is not a dog. Gaysorn smiles as he watches Sent eat heartily. Sent asks again about the mooden tribe. Hearing Tawan approaching, Gaysorn quickly closes all openings, and tells Sent to stay quiet and not go outside. After meeting Gaysorn, Tawan says Mata told him to find him. Where has he been? Gaysorn says he went to get mushrooms and vegetables. Tawan says Mata is worried he might go to the city. And he is worried too. Gaysorn gets annoyed. He says he is an adult now. He can go wherever he wants. Gaysorn leaves. Tawan only looks toward his mother's house. Gaysorn returns home. Sent asks if everything is okay. Knowing Gaysorn is lying, Gaysorn explains that the people there do not like strangers. If they know he brought one, they will not be happy. Sent jokingly suspects Gaysorn of planting illegal plants. Because Sent asks too many questions, Gaysorn takes him to the river he often visits. He begins telling the story of his mother. She went to the city and disappeared. She never returned. For more than 10 years. She never came back or even sent a letter. No one knows where she is. Or how she is. Mata said she went to save Gaysorn's father. But she never returned. Sent expresses his condolences. Gaysorn says his mother will never return. But he still hopes she is alive somewhere. Sent says every family faces hardships. Just like his father. He is still alive, but lies in bed like a breathing doll, unable to speak. Gaysorn asks what Sent will do. Sent says he will do anything to make him normal again. Likewise, Gaysorn will find his mother. Sent believes it will all come true someday. Sent smiles faintly. That night, the villagers are busy preparing an event. Not seeing Gaysorn, Mata asks about him. Gaysorn suddenly appears and joins them. He gives gifts to Mali and Renu, who are about to marry, and wishes them happiness forever. They tease Gaysorn about waiting for his own marriage. Others tease Tawan. Everyone jokes around, but Gaysorn remains quiet, holding his necklace. Tawan approaches and asks if he misses his mother. Gaysorn nods. He asks Mata something. Mata explains that they once searched for his mother, but found no news. Tawan says she went to Bangkok, a very large city. How could they possibly find her? Mata reminds Gaysorn that 10 years have passed. If she were alive, she would have returned. But Gaysorn refuses to accept that. Mali and Renu come and ask for his help. Gaysorn leaves, upset. Tawan feels sorry for him. But Mata warns him not to be soft. If he truly loves Gaysorn, he cannot let him go. While waiting, Sent plans to check outside. Gaysorn returns and asks where he is going. Sent remembers Gaysorn's warning, but it is night, and the place is far from the village. He asks Gaysorn to take him to see the stars. He wants to see how beautiful they are from there. He even begs him. They both enjoy the beautiful night sky. Gaysorn asks about Bangkok. Is it far? He might want to go there. Sent says the distance is about 5 times the distance from here to Chiang Mai. Sent is surprised Gaysorn has never been to Chiang Mai. Gaysorn says he has never been anywhere. He wants to go to Bangkok to find his mother. Tawan comes to Gaysorn's house, but does not find him. Mata knows he has already returned. Sent and Gaysorn hear someone approaching. They turn off the light and hide. Accidentally, they get close again. And Sent smells Gaysorn's fragrance once more. Gaysorn tells him to leave immediately. When they return to the house, Tawan is already there with a weapon. Mata asks who the person with Gaysorn is. That was the explanation of episode 1 Flower Boy series. If you enjoyed my video, please like and subscribe. See you again in the next episode.